Hey there, this is Bill with MarketTapp, and I just want to say again, thanks for being a part of our grand opening. As I mentioned on the sales page, there's a lot of stuff that we are working on, and I wanted to share some of that with you right here off the bat, and then we're going to go into the app, and I'm going to show you some cool stuff there as well. So let me kind of just give you a quick sense of what we're currently working on. And in some of these cases, these solutions will be coming in very soon, within a day or two of me recording this. And in other cases, it may be a week or so. In other cases, a little bit longer. I'll kind of give you some sense of it as I walk through them. But I'm really, really excited. And I want you to know that you, by investing today, or recently in MarketTapp, you were going to end up getting a pretty robust tool. So we're really excited about it. And ultimately, you might say, well, why not just wait until everything is in there? Well, in the world of software, it's never complete. It's never over. And ultimately, we need cash to be able to keep developing. So we produce what is called a minimum viable product. It's something that stands by itself, that it has quality and value to it, and then we invite people into that tool, and then then we keep growing. So I'm excited for you guys, and I hope that you are excited for us. I appreciate your patience as we roll these things out, and we're really excited to hear back from you and get your feedback. And by the way, if you have any ideas, some features that you would like inside of MarketTapp, just let us know. Definitely let us know. We are up for just about anything, and very often it's a matter of just figuring out where a feature should go and how it kind of relates to everything else inside, so that it's not just a crazy menagerie of things to do. So with that, let me go ahead and show you some of the things that are coming up very, very soon, and that you'll be getting as part of your MarketTapp membership. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to do, or this is not in any order, I'm just going to kind of tick through them. So the niche database, right? So the thing with the niche database is that we are always adding and expanding it, right? One of the things that I did is I sent you guys an email and I said, hey, what niche are you currently working in? Where can we focus? And the reality is, there's millions of ideas out there, right? There's so many, and I need to be able to figure out a way to focus my attention on the greatest needs of you guys. So replying back to that, giving me a sense of what's important to you is really, really helpful. So definitely help us out here. Send your ideas to support@peakmarketer.com, and we're also going to be putting in a suggest function, so that if you are looking through the database and you go, I feel like there's more here, there could be more here, that you could actually just open up a little form and submit that request to us right there, so we have kind of a process in place. So that's a big thing there. So if you're looking at the database and feeling like it's a little soft in a particular area that's of interest to you, just let us know and we'll expand on that. So the next thing is in keyword exploration. So, you go over into the keyword tool, and by the way, I'll show you here in a minute, there's so many great ways that the keyword tool itself can help you with inspiration. And again, I'll show you. One thing that we're going to do is add what I'm kind of calling done for you searches. And by the use, with the use of modifiers, we're going to have some kind of almost default search tabs that you can use. An example would be searches that have questions in them, right? So we take your keyword and we apply 15 or 20 different kind of question modifiers to that keyword, and then run it through and just present you with all of those cool results. And it is amazing. It's really amazing what kind of information is in there, and will give you ideas for blog posts, for products themselves, for deeper dives into any kind of niche just by the questions that people ask. So we're really excited. This should be coming out. The first step of that should be coming out in the next 24 hours. We're also looking at expanding the sandbox in the sense that right now you get your results and you push them over into the sandbox. You basically have one option at that moment, and that option is a premium option. It has to do with the data credits, and that option is to do keyword analysis on it, right? That we pull that information from SEMrush, but we are looking at ways to do analysis of keywords that are not exactly connected to SEMrush. So that maybe right then in that moment, be able to connect it and be able to explore Facebook groups and be able to explore some of that stuff more in the sandbox environment related to a specific keyword. So that's something we're working on. For audience insights, there's a lot of things that we're looking at here. One of them is a deeper integration in with Facebook. If you run Facebook ads, you know that one of the big things that you need to know about is interest, right? Like, what are the things that you can tell Facebook about a desired audience that allows them to that you could target them inside of your Facebook advertising. So we're exploring this. We're a little bit on the early days of this part. But we believe that we can pull in data in a meaningful way so that you could actually just you could find the interest and find the, let's say like the Facebook pages that your audience would be connected to, and then be able to take those right over into Facebook, into the Power Editor, into the Ad Manager, and be able to create some really highly targeted advertising. Another thing on the audience insights, and this kind of falls into the content as well, but we want to find ways to pull in forums, articles, magazines, and things like that. So these kind of authority places, and be able to pull those in, as a resource for you. So you could say, oh, well, awesome, there's this forum over here, that's related to a topic, or here's some articles that we can pull in that you could use for inspiration or RSS or whatever it might be. The next big thing, and this is a big thing for us, and by the way, just to let you know, this is not that far away. We're talking maybe a week to 2 weeks away from implementing this into a beta aspect of the app. And this is the ability to publish, to schedule and to publish directly from MarketTapp. So we really have a vision that MarketTapp is going to be a primary destination for you and your business every single day. And one of those is we understand that you're publishing content all over the place, right? So with MarketTapp, you're going to be able to schedule. So create a schedule and then push content into that, and have that publish in as many places and as many ways as possible. We're going to automate the publishing of that. And those places are going to be Facebook and Twitter, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google+, and even to your WordPress blogs, so that you can go ahead and do your content creation inside of MarketTapp, have a schedule, and have it push out automatically at your desired time to all of these different platforms. So that's obviously a really, really big thing for me. This is part of why you're getting a very special grand opening price today that will definitely be different when we kind of do our master relaunch in phase 2. On that note, when it comes to creating and scheduling, we think about the idea of curation, right? How do we take the content that we find and work with it to be able to publish effectively? So that's a big thing for us. We're going to be creating interfaces so that you can find content and then be able to work with it inside of MarketTapp, and then be able to push it wherever you want it to go. So those are just a handful of the things that we have on our plate. We're really, really excited. Stick with us, and you're going to get the benefit of all of this. So with that, I want to jump into the app and give you guys some overview and some tactics that I think are valuable. Okay, here we are inside of MarketTapp, and if you've logged in and looked around, then this should be familiar to you. I'm not going to grind out too much on some of the basic stuff, but when in my creation of MarketTapp, there's a few things that I wanted to solve, and especially in this very first version. So I just showed you some of the features that are coming. So, I mean, really, this thing is going to be changing and morphing really right before your eyes on a day-to-day basis, which is, I think, should be very exciting for you. But I got started with this of helping to answer the question of which niche should I go into. And I didn't realize it was a big thing, but people definitely struggle with it. And so I wanted to make sure that was a part of MarketTapp, that we had this inspirational module for MarketTapp. And the way that we start that process is by organizing life, is by organizing the things that consist of, the interests that people have, the beliefs that they have, the products that they buy, the things that if you look around your house and look around your life, that you realize they had to be purchased somewhere, the mental and physical things about us as humans. And I've tried my best. It is not perfect, but I've tried my best to organize those big ideas and then be able to explore into them. So if you're stuck and you're really saying like, which niche should I go into? I have no idea, I just want to go make some money. This is obviously a really, really good place to start. Now, I can't answer the question for you of ultimately which niche. What I can do is present you with big ideas. And there's always this kind of yin and yang thing of, well, should I go into something that I really care about, or should I just try to go figure out a way to go, what's pop, where are people spending their money? Well, the reality is people are spending their money everywhere, right? Like, and if it's something that you're passionate about, then I'm guarantee you that there's got to be enough people that are passionate about that as well. To be able to verify some of that stuff, that's why we have connected in with SEMrush, because from a perspective of being able to do analysis, and especially something like keyword volume, search volume on a monthly basis, that helps. I don't know how else to present that to you. I don't know how else to tell you that option A and option B are, which one's better, right? Well, it could be which one is more popular, like which one is being searched for on a more regular basis. And there's just not really, without going down to your library and searching, massive consumer databases, there's just not really another great way to get a handle around popularity of an idea. But we do present you with all those other audience insights, right? So we present you with things like, well, are there Reddit channels for it? Are there Facebook groups about it? And so you can do some intuitive research to figure out if an idea is meaningful, right? Anyway, I'm not going to go too far around in here because I've shown it to you before. But you just start to click around, right? And we've got these things organized in a number of different ways. And if you don't like the organization of something, just let us know, right? I mean, this is your tool, right? We're going to keep pouring information into it. But if you think that something doesn't make sense, if it's illogical or out of place, it's likely, that you may know that niche better than me. So help me out. I'm happy to do that. But anyways, you just can keep kind of drilling in here. At any point when you see any of these little spy glasses, that will open up, and I'll just do that. That'll open up the keyword exploration tool, right? And it automatically pulls the search results for that core topic, right? So in this case, we went from flooring, and it gets us right into flooring. All right, let me go back. That is a basic way. If you have the basic version of this, then you might be limited. But it's really valuable, in my opinion. I think that you should definitely have this part. It starts to really, really help. So just going from niches into into exploring stuff is a really good way to do it. So garage, well, what all is about garage? Garage storage, garage door opener, garage shoes. What's that? Garage clothing. That must be a brand. Garage doors, right? And so the point here is that you are able to kind of get some quick ideas at any point, and I'll keep showing you this. At any point, if you have interest in something, you can click into it, right? And what I would do at this point, let's say, for example, that I was interested in garage door. Well, I would go ahead and at that moment, you could either go like this. You could say, garage doors and click that, and it'll set up a whole new search. Here we go, garage door. So now I'm even more detailed, and I can obviously at any point I could say, let's do a big search here. If you take this button, that'll take you back to a whole fresh search. If you click this button, it'll, in a very short fashion, it'll explore that a little bit more. So let's say garage doors with windows. So see, I'm able to get information right away. This is gold, right? I'm not saying that garage doors are gold, but this is great information, and you can keep clicking down. And in some cases, you're kind of at the end of something, but you can kind of keep clicking down. If you like something, I just click that, right? And then what you can do, we'll just go ahead and click all. And I can do a couple of things at this point. If I'm satisfied, or if I want this information right now, I can click export to CSV, right? And then you get it in a CSV file, and you can work with it and add to it or whatever. The next thing you can do is you can add to the sandbox, right? Now, one of the features that we just released really last night was I was getting frustrated that the sandbox would clear out every time I wanted to do an additional search, and we've adjusted that. So now the sandbox will stay. So if I have garage doors and I wanted to do, let's say, garage doors for sale, notice how the sandbox stays. I could just keep adding, right? And now I'm able to get a really, really big list over here, and this thing just keeps going and going and going. It's expanding, and then at this point, I could click here and I could export to CSV. If at any point I'm like, I'm done with this, I don't want to do it, I would just clear all, right? So let's go back. I don't know why I'm in the garage door business. Here we're gonna start over. Oh, well, see, that's a little bug. We'll have to go back up, so we'll start there again. So that needs to be cleared out. See, little things. We'll get that fixed today. Okay, so let's go back into Explorer. So another thing I want to be able to show you with Explorer, and with the content, the keyword exploration, is again for ideas. So one great thing to do is to search by a brand. So you literally search by, just Sony comes to mind because I'm got a Sony TV, right? And I'm able to just search by Sony, and I can start to see a ton of stuff, right? I could search by Nintendo, and I start to get information. And this is, I can really explore into this, and right there, and that's where this becomes really, really valuable. So Nintendo 64, that's old school, right? But Nintendo 64 games, ROMs, emulator, controller, and these things right here. This is the long tail, right? This is like, it's these extra words that are really, really meaningful. So if you're trying to think of topics for a blog post or social media posts, things like that, you use this because this is what people are interested in, right? Like, this is their big ideas. Now let's do. Let me just kind of grab a couple of these items. I'll just do this right here. Let's grab those. And I'm going to put them over in the sandbox. So once you're in the sandbox, there's a couple of things. The first one is a Google search. And it'll come up, and so it shows you Nintendo. Now, this is actually an additional feature that we're looking at, which is that right now when we do this, you get Google in front of you, but we're looking at ways to be able to capture these results and present those to you in a different format, in a kind of more like a list, right? So you could say, what are the top 10 competitors for for a particular keyword, and it would show it to you. So that is something we're going on. And then you can also do Google Trends. And oh, look, I bet that spike has everything to do with Pokemon Go. Anyway, you can see that's the general trend for Nintendo. So that is something. And so then, and people are asking about the premium feature here with the data plans. So if I wanted to go ahead and analyze those, I would click this button right here, and it would do automatic analysis. Now, when I said that this is part of what we're exploring, and being able to kind of recraft the sandbox, this is kind of what I'm talking about. We want to be able to give you guys as much data as possible for free. Really, we truly do. This is not some elaborate scheme to get you to pay for credits. It's just that this content, volume, and these results and things like that, we don't have a way to generate that ourselves. So we have to go and buy that data from somewhere else, and we're essentially reselling it to you. It's not mandatory or anything like that. But anyways, you can see right now that this starts to, give me some information. I don't know what Nintendo stock really means. Oh, I guess the trading stock. But I'm able to see that 64 gets more volume than DS, and 3DS gets more volume than 64. So, I mean, from that perspective, it's pretty helpful. It gives me some competition, gives me the number of results. I can click here again and get the search and the trend. And that's kind of the basis there. There is other data that we can bring in. There's other data points that we can bring in here, like domain analysis and related keywords and some things like that. So there's a lot of content that we can bring in. Some of it will be free, and some of it won't be free. And I mean, that's just the way the world works. So I'm sorry about that. I wish it was all. I wish it was all totally free. So that is a big thing to do. So I told you, looking for brands is a good place to start. I also like just looking for modifiers, right? So just funny words. Right? Action words, right? Like what's, because again, think about it. It's the beginning of a search. So if someone were to say eliminate, right? That's kind of a funny word, but eliminate, what happens? So none of that's valuable. Eliminate belly fat. Okay. Fruit flies, bloating, duplicate, cellulite, belly fat. So, fruit flies, cellulite. So it seems to me acne scars, anxiety, so I use these words just for the big ideas about something. So, another one is like get rid of. And you can come up with 100 of these yourselves. And in fact, what I'll do is if you guys want, I'll put together kind of a resource of a bunch of different modifiers that I like to use. So get rid of fleas, gnats, fruit flies, flea. Looks like it's bug season. Ants, belly fat, chiggers, roaches, right? I like doing things like this, free shipping. And you may be in the free shipping business or not, but I'm always curious to see when people are typing in free shipping, what's coming up? How could I get into that, right? Like, what are the topics that when people are doing that they're interested in? Free shipping, Shutterfly. I mean, right? And it just shows you all this information. You just got to keep going in here and looking around, and you're going to find some really cool stuff. So I'll make sure to give you guys modifiers and give you a list of that. So what I would say is this. Think about your niche, think about your product, and figure out what does it do. If you're selling chairs, your chair it's an ornamental piece of furniture, it's a functional piece of furniture, and things like that. It may not do anything. If you guys are in the information niche, then you're talking about transformative information. So what is that transformation? Is it helping me to gain something? Am I losing something? Am I earning something? Am I saving something? Right? And let's say save. Save by the bell, save on food, save on crafts, save the day. Some of it will always be silly in these kind of things. But let's say we did like save money, right? So money becomes the keyword there, and save is still the modifier. So what's going on here? Save money tips, save money in Spanish, save money on food, save money at Walmart, at home, at Dunkin' Donuts. Save money coupons. See, and if you were in the coupon business, you just go like that and you do some analysis and you figure out what the volume of a search like that is. Like, there's great stuff in here. Save money every month. Save money for a trip. Save money for retirement. Anyway, again, I'll give you guys a big resource. I don't want to go too crazy on this. Let me show you the because people are asking. Let me show you the content. So content. Again, this is a premium resource, and it is pulled from. Oh, look, they did it! Yay! Look how pretty it is. Oh man, I'm so excited. I haven't looked at this in a couple of days. It's awesome. Yay. I'm so excited. So this is, what we do here is we start to look for something. So let's say, just because we were on that topic, we'll look for coupons. Then what it'll do is it pulls by coupons. Oh, Nassim, now this needs to be, probably has it automatically, but we want to go ahead and put filters in here so that they can be toggled up and down depending upon what's going on. But right now I can see that it's an automatic, they're defaulting to, I guess, maybe probably total shares over here. So what I'm able to do is, and this is recency, right? This is recent content. It's really good in that sense. We have ways to produce like all-time popular. We're starting off with recent content. So this was just published. I'm recording this on 23rd of August. This is published just yesterday. And so there's great ways. And guess what? This is an additional place to find the authority sites in your niche. So this is really awesome. We have a lot more functionality that we can bring in from BuzzSumo. Some pretty remarkable stuff. As the same thing with SEMrush. But again, I want you to believe that we're bringing content and functionality to MarketTapp, so you don't have to. People are like, why do I have to buy this credits? You don't have to buy that. There's still a ton of stuff here. Amazon and ClickBank. I think that there was an issue with Amazon UK, and we are resolving that. It's a very, very big. It wasn't working, so I'm acknowledging that it's not working. And that is something that we're fixing. I want to bring in all of the different. I want to bring in all of the different countries where we can pull data from, and then as well, I'm very interested in making this data more exciting, right? Not just visually exciting, but more meaningful. And it's just really a matter of how much content and what data points we can extract from Amazon. So, right now, what this is the top 10 best sellers in a topic. Like in a category, and I want to see if we can bring in more meaningful data, from reviews, from possibly total sales. I'm not sure. We've got to really explore that. We wanted to give you guys something to get started, but again, we want to keep going there. And the same thing with ClickBank. How much content can we pull? Someone asked a question. They said, "Hey, can I get the affiliate link for a topic?" And this opens up to the sales page, and the answer is, that's not even. I need to fix that. There. The answer is no, and if you go to if you go to ClickBank, it doesn't work that way either. They don't link directly to an affiliate page. You just sign up for the. You basically get your hop link over at ClickBank. So we'll look at that as well and figure out if there's a way to, ClickBank does not have really direct integration. So maybe we can figure out a way to maybe help to link you just back over into ClickBank. So if you find something, you can go ahead and get there. So we're looking at that, and we're also looking at other offer platforms, right? Where there are other places for affiliate programs and things like that. There's a ton of them. So don't ever think that it's just Amazon or just ClickBank. There is a ton of really big affiliate programs, and it's just a matter of our ability to connect to it. Commission Junction, Link Share, Share Sale, like those are big solutions. but sometimes they're very protective and they won't let us in. So we're going to continue to explore that. So that's what we've got going on. And it's a general overview. If you want to know more about something particular, I feel like I've created it in a pretty straightforward way. But if there's more tactics or something that's still after a video like this is not clear to you, please let me know. I will be formalizing some of these training tactics, but I really want this to feel like a blank canvas for you. But I also don't want you to feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. what do I do next? So there's a balance there where I don't want to push you down. I'm not here to sell you strategy, right? I'm here to provide you with the tools to do some really cool stuff. And as I mentioned, those tools are about to expand even further. So again, thank you so much for being a part of MarketTapp. You were at the beginning of something really, really cool. This is the culmination of about 2 years of various projects, various code, and various really things that I've been thinking about for a long time that are finally coming together under a single umbrella. So we're very grateful to have you, and please do reach out if you have questions or comments, suggestions. I'm very, very excited to hear from you, and you can reach me at support@peakmarketer.com. I read everything that comes in, and we'll get you taken care of. So thanks again, and we'll see you real soon.